TV. My name is Margaret. We're here to talk about the fantastic and wonderful FileMaker platform. Hello, everybody. I am your broadcast engineer for today. We stream on 3 platforms. We stream on YouTube, Discord, and Twitch. If you have questions, comments, concerns, I watch all of those, especially for questions. We love having questions. But yeah, we're here to talk about the wonderful FileMaker platform here today with Nick Hunter, who is a really exceptional senior engineer who is particularly known for his UI UX, but frankly has come and talked to us a lot about various things that you can do in FileMaker you probably didn't think you could do, and all sorts of unique tips and tricks and things that he does development for. So currently we're doing the Build a Two-Level Hamburger Menu series. I think this will be our last mini-series with Nick for 2 weeks. We are doing Build a Two-Level Hamburger Menu, day 1, day 2, day 3 for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that'll be completed. Friday will be Christian Olsen's Tips and Ticks collection for FileMaker. Monday will be no live stream. We have a U.S. national holiday. And then Tuesday will be beginning of our JavaScript series, which will be 2 weeks. So JavaScript 101 with Leland Long, day 1. So that should be quite entertaining. If you'd like to support the channel, we'd greatly appreciate. We have our FM training annual subscription bundles. They are 100 plus hours of really high energy video training content. They really are. They're like 10 to 15 minute 20-minute, sometimes bite-sized chunks of like content that cover pretty much every topic under the sun. Cloud, server, web direct, you name everything underneath FileMaker to become a competent developer in your own right. So if you're like, man, I have some skills I need to brush up on, I need specific things answered that we're not covering in live streams, or if you're just a new person to FileMaker entirely, I really recommend picking this up. I promise you won't regret it. Pick the option you desire. One of these comes with FileMaker, the other two do not. Nick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm muted on
Double mute.
I was muted on Zoom. I was talking and said, hey.
No. I had a feeling you were the double mute Zoom gets me sometimes too. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing so you can share your screen. What do we do today?
Okay, today we do an extension of what I already done one day. It was kind of a hamburger menu. So let me show you what we talk about. So we have in FMSP the my version of FMSP. We have the hamburger menu as a navigation. Okay, so first of all, I want to explain why this is the best way to to do that, right? So why is the best navigation tool? Okay, first is because there's one layout, right? One spot. It's record based, right? And it's extremely flexible. Because before we had this type of we have this type of navigation, right? So on each layout, you had to put button bars. But if you want to rename a button bar, you need to go to all your solution, right? And all the layouts and change the name, right? And if you want to go to another layout, you need to go to all the buttons and change all of this. You want to add something, let's say you want to add something here between those two, something, you need to go all throughout all the layout and add the something here, right? So you need to do that all the layout, right? So this is absolutely not a good navigation tool, it's not. And secondly, it takes our real estate in the layout. All the layout, you have this band on top that for the navigation, right? So it takes real estate. It's not easy to use. It's not easy to build. It's not easy to modify. So there's too many bad things for this, for this type of navigation. I'm trying to go to the Discord on my phone. So here, yeah, I'm here. Okay, so we have another way. Okay, so we have another way, and then thanks to the card style window. Okay, so let me explain. Let me show you this. So let's go to we can go there. Okay. So what happened when I click here, right? So it's the simplicity we get there, it's outstanding, right? So that's why it's a good tool, because it's simple, it's easy to implement, it's everything. So I'm going to demonstrate that, right? So what is this? You have a menu, and pretty much you have absolutely nothing to do, right? So you have a new window, right? You sort the way you want to sort this, because this is a CalStar window showing a list view. So we have all the goodness of the list view, okay? And you go to the record. So it's very straightforward. It's a list view, okay? And it's a very simple layout. So let me show you this. So the hamburger menu, so this is it. So this is what you have, right? It's a list view. You have a button here and another button. It's easy to understand what's going on here is when it's active and it's not inactive, So we have a different treatment when you show the active button and when you don't show the active button. So that's all what you need to do. And you have the title, right? So of course we have a table, right? Name navigation, where you have very limited things in there. You have the icon on black and icon on white, okay? So that is because we want a different treatment when it's active and when it's not active, right? So we cannot use we cannot use the conditional formatting here. And I'm going to explain why. It's because we want conditional formatting will have worked on a glyph, right? But we don't want a glyph. We don't want a button with an icon, right? And put here. Why? Because everything is record-based. This is a container field, right? It's a container field. This is a field. This is a field. And everything is record-based. So we have a field, we have a record, and we want the icon to be able to, copy-paste. From a website, you copy the icon, you have icon in black, icon in white, and you copy-paste, right? So you have two versions, right, of the same icon, black, white, black. So on this, the conditional formatting won't work. It will work only on the glyph here. If you put an icon here and you go for conditional formatting, and here you can change the color, and only if this is a CSV, right? So because everything is record-based, the icon must be treated that way. Then you understand here the benefit of this. For example, I don't want to have, I want to change this account in companies, companies. For example, I change the name. I change the name of the navigation. So every time now, this will be companies, and it's still working, right? It's still saying companies on every time I'm calling the burger, right? It's showing companies, right? Because I changed the record, right? So now you understand the benefits of this to change this, in no time. Okay. So, and here you paste the name of the layout where you want this to go, right? So for example, here I want to add access, for example. I want to add something here. I want to have an access to the preference, for example. I think I have it. Yeah, I have it. So let's go to, I want to go to the about, for example, Let me see how this looks. No, because I won't have but I want to go, where we can go, expenses. I have expenses, I have products. Yeah, I don't know where we can go, but we can go somewhere. We can go to notes, for example. Let's go to notes, right? So I want to go to that layout, right? So I copy the name of the layout, right? And I'm going here. Yeah, I realize that I have a bug here. Hi. Yeah, I have a bug here. So let me see if I can add this manually. 1040, 1014x here. Let's see. Oh, I can. Oh, because it's yeah, I understand. I don't know why this doesn't work, but anyway, let's add it manually, right? So we go to the burger, to the navigation layout. Where I have my navigation layout. I don't have my navigation layout here. Anyway, this is the demo I didn't want to do, but it's okay. I'm doing it. So I'm adding here. I'm going there, right? And I want to go to notes. Okay. So now here I have a new, I have a new entry, right? To go to notes. So if I go to my burger, I have notes, and when I click, I go to notes, right? So you understand, it's very cool. It's very straightforward. If I have the time, I could copy paste icon, and that's it, right? It's very simple, right? So, and if I want to go and I want to do something like this, if I want to put a burger in notes, right? This here, right? I copy that button, right? I go to notes, I paste the button, remove this one, put this instead, right? And I say that notes, and now I have a burger that's go, and I can go, right? So this is very cool, right? But I wanted to do something else, right? So this is the light version of it, the simple version. But what I want to do, because a customer of mine asked me for it, okay, I wanted to do something like this. So so what I wanted to do is something like this. We click here, and we have this level. We have two levels of our burger, not only one level. So when you have a complex navigation, right? So you have a big file where you have a lot of complexity and you have a lot of layouts, you need something like this, right? Because here we can go and navigate through sections, subsections, navigation, sub-navigation, right? So, but what we want to learn now is how we build this, right? Because obviously we have an extra complexity here. We have two levels, right? It's based on the same principle. It's not that complicated, but we are going to learn how to manipulate the windows, because obviously we have a window manipulation here. See, I'm growing, the window expands and contract, expand, contract, expand, contract like this when I click it, right? So see, so we have something like this, right? So, and that we want to learn. Okay. The other thing we want to learn is to have a keyboard navigation, right? Because this is a key. When you have a navigation like this, you don't want to take your mouse and navigate. You want to use the keyboard to navigate like this. So arrow up, arrow down. But we want to go to the next tab and navigate as well, right? So for example, I want to go to contacts here. So I'm here, I want to go to this contact here, right? So what I'm doing, I'm pressing spacebar, and you can see you have a treatment changing here, right? When I press spacebar, I activate, deactivate. Here, I navigate here. Here, I navigate here with the arrow down, arrow up, So, and you can see here it's grayed out. It's a little bit, it's lighter, and this is the gray is light gray, dark gray, right? And we still have the hover states if you want to use the mouse, right? So that we are going to learn. So I don't know if we have question, but this is I'm
We
in the off
kind of
topic.
do. Uh,
Sorry?
we do. We have kind of a question, I think.
Yes?
From Andy. I'll read it. It's a bit long. So, isn't the argument that having a nav bar on the top of the layout, which would be needed to change on every single layout, obsolete, as you could just do the same record-based nav bar there? Not that
No.
hamburger menus are bad. Maybe it just got it wrong. It was just from a show from a bad solution to a good one.
No, it's okay. If you start, okay, you can do a button bars or a button bar navigation based on record. You can do that. You can do it, but it's a nightmare. It's slow, first of all. It's a nightmare because the button bar has a bad default, let's say. They don't expand, they don't contract or expand as you hide or show a segment. So that's the problem of the button bar. So let's explain the button bar issue here. So let's explain the button bar issue. So let's create a new layout. So you could do a button bar like this and say, let's add 1, 2, 3. Okay. And navigation. So let's say you have 1, 2, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So you have a navigation like this. Okay. I don't know if I have a better one. Yeah, like this. Okay. So you have a navigation like this. Okay. But let's say you changed your stuff, and sometimes you want to show something, sometimes you want to hide something, right? So you add, it contracts like this, right? So you have this like this, right? So let's say you have this, and you say you want to hide, so if I'm showing this, it will show like this, okay? But if I'm saying I want to hide this one, and this one, if I want to hide this because it's empty or because I don't want the people to go, this is what you get is expands. It expands or it contracts. And you need to use a very tricky, you can handle this if you want, but you need to use a tricky thing, right? So you can do that, or you can use a button bar and go and collect records. It's tricky to do that, because if you have 10 records and you want the first record to go there and stuff like that, you need to use a list of values and say get value, or value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4. And if you reshuffle, the script is kind of complicated a little bit because you cannot say go to, in your script, you cannot say go to record. You cannot do that. You need to say go to the layout based on the name, but you don't have the name. So you need to have two lists. You need to have the list of name of the button names, the button title, and the name of and the list of layouts. And then you can say go to value 6, go to value 7, go to value 3. It's not at all easy. It's not cool. It's not. This is all record based. And when I say click here, I go straight to a record here. I'm going to a record. So let me show you a little bit how this works, right? Okay. So let me show how this works. So I have the builder here. I think I have a builder open here. Okay. Okay. So we have two tables. Okay. So first, that's the only question we had, right? Yeah. Okay. If you do a database based, not. Okay. And if you do it database based, then not, or it's populated everywhere from the. Yeah, you can do it. I can. at the end of this, I will show you. Here I have two tables. I have the main navigation, right? The main menu. And I have a lot of tables here, so it will take some time to load. So you have the main navigation, the left parts where, and you have the right navigation, right? So you have two tables. Sorry for that. It takes some time, but it will load. So when you build it, it's easy because we have two. We have the navigation menu and we have the navigation item. Okay, navigation menu, navigation item. We have two, and you see we have a very little number of fields, right? We have nothing here, pretty much. So this is nothing more than a one-to-many relationship between one record in that table, the menu table we have, and we have items, right, related to the main table. So each time I'm going there, I have a different, menu, right? So this is how the menu is built. We have one table where, so I can test it. We have one table. This is the main table here, right? Right. We have one table here, and then we have this table here, right? And if I go to, where's my parcel thing? Okay. So I have the parcel here, and we have the list. We have the companies, and I have the list. I have the contact, and I have the list. So it's very simple to do that, right? I don't know why something one is missing here. Where's the parcel? I don't see the parcel here, but it's okay. So yeah, I have the try button here, but I don't know why it's not showing the parcels. Okay. So how this works. Here it's simple. I have the order because maybe I can change the order if I want. I want the, one menu to show up before, or, so you can change the order here. We have the icons here, right? We have the title and the type, but the type is optional. It's something because I'm going to build something else on top of this, so I'm going to. And what do we have on the other one? So this is what we have here, right? But what do we have on the other one? Oh, the parcel is here. So what do we have on the other one? Here, right? This is not a table. It's a one-to-many relationship, right? And this is a record, right? So if I show you the layout, this is the layout. So it's simple. We cannot use, so here's the trick, and that's what I want to show you this, right? In FMSP, where is my FMSP? Not this one. If in FMSP, we have whether the bugger. Okay, hold on. Hamburger. In FMSP, we have it's a list view. But here we cannot do a list view. And why? Okay, where's my because I have a portal on the other side. So I need two portals. But this portal here, it goes to the current table. So here I am in my navigation menu, and this goes to the navigation items, right? So the relationship I have here in T111, it's straightforward. I'm here, and I'm going to the item by an ID, right? And sort by the order. So this relationship here, right? It's sort by the order, and everything attached to the current record that will be there, right? It will show up here, the related records of the items. This is a portal pointing to the current table. So it shows like this, right? Because I'm expanding it. I'm expanding this. See, I expand and I expand two. I have two portals. I couldn't do that with a list view because I wouldn't have this expanding as the window expands. You understand? It will be impossible because the body will be like this. It will never expand. So the technique here is to use two portals. One points to the current table and the other one points to the related records, right? So we have this. This is a portal. This is a portal. We have two portals. And when you click here, it's a current table portal, right? So it goes to the next record, next record, next record, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So this current table portal show up the record. So if I do this, it's the same. See, I can navigate with this. It's record. This is a main record. This is related record. So I hope I'm clear with this. Okay. So this is pretty simple. It's very straightforward. We have no complication whatsoever. Okay. It's a one-to-many relationship. The trick is how this is handled to go to to the object we want to go, right? I built here like a builder, but it's very simple. So I have one record here and I can add whatever I want here, right? So I'm adding my record, So if I go to the what's the name? Don't know. If I go to this tool here, right? If I go to tool, I'm showing this, right? They are there, instantly. Okay. So I can delete this, and delete this. So now you can see here, I want this to be more than just go to layouts. I want this to be everything I want to be. For example, I can say this. I want this to say hello. Okay. So I'm going to my scripts, right? Going to my script, new script, say hello, show dialog, hello, right? So I have my say hello script here. I copy the name of the script and I say, okay, I want this to be say hello. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's try. I'm going there. I'm going to tools and I want that to say hello. It says hello, right? You understand? So I am performing the script I want, putting the name of the script here, right? But I can do more. I can say, yes, say hello, but, I want a parameter, right? And I want that, right? So you understand now the power of this and forget about the button bar because it's impossible to do that. You can do it, but do it because I know the nightmare it will be because I built that in the past and I will never do that again. Never, in my entire life. So this is super easy. So how this works, okay? So we saw how we create records, right? We saw how we saw how this works. We have a main record, related record. In that table, I have fields. I have a field for order, a field for the title, a field for the script name, and a field for the parameter, right? So how this works, it's easy because now with FileMaker, we have the ability since 18, I think, something like this, or 17, I don't remember, to perform a script by name. That means as we have set field by name, we have performed script by name. So let's hide this group here. No, hide this. Yeah. So here I have a button. So here I have a button here. And my perform scripts comes by whatever I want to be. You can say by name or by list. You can say this is a list of scripts, or you change here, say by name, and you can put whatever you want. So here I'm saying what is the script name? Okay. I want the name that is in that table, and I have the script fields. So whatever the name of the script here and whatever the parameter here. So my script is very simple. I have nothing to do, right? Absolutely nothing to do. Close the window and perform scripts that the parameter is telling me with the parameter that the parameter is telling me. Okay. So what I mean user-based. Okay. So that being said, now with this construction, I have no limits, absolutely no limits in whatever I want to do in this. Okay. So I can perform the script I want. Here, mainly is main navigation. Go to layout, and I'm putting the name of the layout here, right? This is the layout name. I'm putting the layout name here, right? So go to layout, that the scripts, and I'm putting the name of the layout as a parameter, right? Here, I just create a script, says the name of the script is say hello, and then here you say hello, how are you as a parameter, right? Yeah, okay, so we have a question, interesting question I want to answer here. The question is, I don't think Nick filters the menu on privileges, but it can be done. Nick should know it. Yeah, of course. You can filter that by privileges. You say, because it's record-based. It's record-based. So in that menu, let's say in that menu, I don't want site and, and I don't want data sets. Okay, that's it. It's not there. You can ignore that at the startup. You can say, okay, that guy doesn't have access to that menu, so let's not showing it, right? You do a go to a record. It's very simple. I can show you that tomorrow if you want. In that case, it's not yet the case here, right? But at one point it will be in that solution as well. I'm going to build that. So, but it could be. It's easy to be to be user based because it's a record. So you ignore the record you want to ignore, right? And once it's ignored, because the way it is built, let's say I'm ignoring, I want to ignore action. So I ignore action. I want to ignore sites, and I want to ignore miscellaneous. Okay, and I want to ignore log. When you do this, right? When you do this, it will never go back. It will stay like the. Oh no, I'm showing all. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, but it's easy. I'm going to build it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm going to build it. Anyway, I'm going to build you a sample file out of this. So, and I'm building it. So I'm going to do that user base as well. It's very simple to do that. Very simple. Has to add fields. Okay. So if we don't have another question, I'm going to follow up with my stuff. So
I think we're good.
So yeah. So now that we have this, let me go to the item here. Okay. So here we have, right? So I'm not going to talk about the window right now, but but here we have this polo here. We have a polo and the polo. So here we have kind of hidden, not hidden, so something like this. So it's very simple to hide this, because this here, it is a current table polo. So this is how you hide and show active record in the local, right? In this type of polo. So let me show you. A simple example. Maybe I can create a new one. No. So it's hamburger. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I want to create this type of construction, right? So I have a polo here. So first of all, let me remove this awful theme. Okay. Okay, so I have a current table polo. Okay, current table. And I want to put there the creation bar. Okay, or no, the modification timestamp. Okay, right. So that means now here, I have one record, new. Okay, so see, we have different. And when we click, right? When we click here, we change record. Right? But how I can say this is a current record using conditional formatting or hidden state. Okay, it's the same. But let's say conditional formatting. Okay. I'm saying that the get active record number equal the get record number. So the get active record number is only used in that case. Okay? Only used in that case. So now, see, I have this that is saying, okay, the active record number, right? It's equal to the record number. Active record is the same. So this is how we do to do the same. So now I can use this on the what's the name? Hidden state as well. But the hidden state, for example, I can say get active record number, right? Different than the get. Oh, I hate when you do this. Right number. Get active different than this. So now look what happened. It shows only the active one, right? And I can do the opposite one, right? So I can do this, right? So I have two versions of this, for example, and I can say this equal, right? And I can change the, I don't know, italic, bold, underline, right? So see, so we can completely play with this. Hide, show, conditional formatting is the same technique. Get active record number equal different whatever of the get a record number, right? This is how it works. So thanks to the technique here, I can show and hide what I want. So I have this group here, I have this group of object, and I have another group of object. So I have two group of object here, one showing, right? And the other one not, right? So I have two group here, right? Oops. Button active, button inactive, right? This is very simple. You have this and this, and we have this and this. So we have two buttons. And thanks to the tree, or the object tree, it's easy now to navigate with this, because I can ignore the active and play with the inactive, or ignore the inactive, show the active, right? So in the layout, we can play with this. So, and that's why I put the names here. Then I know where I was, right? See? Okay. And we have the same treatment here. Okay. So here it's the same, but we have an additional, so we have a group, this and this, right? So we have two buttons here in that group, and we have a line. So we have a line and a group. In that group, I have one button inactive and one button active. That the inactive and that the active. So why I have a group here and why I have this line on the middle is because thanks to the record-based technique, that's why I'm saying forget about, thanks to the record-based technique and thanks to hide, show, on, whatever, we can do something like this, right? So I want to put that, I don't know why this layout is not sorted correctly. T11B, T111B. So let me see. T111B. I just built it, so, oh, it's not sorted, that's why. Okay, let's sort it. Yeah, but the order in that table must be in the navigation item. The order, it's a number. So why is not showing correctly? I have no idea. I'm doing a sort here, sort by, oh, yeah, that's why. So let's unsort this. Okay, so now I'm better. So I want this to be 10, and I want this to be 11, right? And after that, I want a menu that say, this is a demo, right? Our hamburger menu. This is fun, right? I want another like this, and this is the end of line. Okay? So now let's try this. The tool, boom, right? So what happened here? I need to commit tool. So this is what I get now, right? So you see, when you have complications, when you have a lot of things in the menu, you do this. So now I have a separator, and I use the same technique as FileMaker is using, in the layouts. In FileMaker, if you name a layout like this, that's the old technique. If you don't have at least 40 years old, you cannot do. You don't know that. So if you do this, it's a separator. So if you name a layout like this, it's a separator. So I'm using the same technique here, right? In this layout here, to say that's this. So if the name is this, right? If it's not this, hide it. So if it's not dash, hide it, this. And if it's dash, hide this, right? So if it's dashed, you hide this group. And if it's not dashed, show this, right? We understand? So it's a good way to have separation in your menu, right? That something you cannot do with any other technique. So I lost my window, but it's okay. I can go back. Where's my builder? Should be there. No? Where's my builder? Okay, so it's not there. So I can go to the builder back. So I have my builder here, right? So if I go to tools, right? So we have a very easy way to put a separation, right? And of course, so that is something I'm going to show later. We can do something like this. When I have in tools, if I navigate with the keyboard, I don't want that to be hide. This is, I have here a record. But see, boom, 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 boom. I skip it. I don't go here. I don't. With the navigation, with the keyboard, right? I don't. As this record, I don't go there, right? So question, when you have a SVG, you can just open it with editor and add fill equal color in it. Yeah. Yeah, not a question. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see any questions. There's an ongoing conversation. If there's a question in here, let me know explicitly, people. So
So Robin, you like which technique you like? Yeah, it's the same as French. Yeah, it's the name of a guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it puts some clarity, right? When you have a lot of things like this, right? So it puts some clarity and it makes everything clear, right? Because otherwise it can be different. You want to group things together so you can play with this, and group together, So, and the menu can be something like you can add functions, for example, like if you want to go to parcel and you say, I don't know, on the bottom you say create new parcel. So I go to parcel to create a new record directly from this menu here, right? Directly from here. So if you want, we have a little bit of time. So I'm a little bit ahead of time on this. So far, this is how this technique works, so we have the records and stuff like this. So this is mainly how you deal with this. So now we're going to talk about question. Is it possible to select record based on typing the first character of the menu item? Yes. Yes, possible. It's Calvin Mossiman that built it. So I'm going to invite him tomorrow on the show if you want. He built it, he built it and it works very well. You can type, and it goes directly to the first item with the 2-3 character you type, right? So this is which one type the first 3 character? Yeah, because we have some limit, right? We need some limit because it's using our, we built it together, by the way. It was something like extensive use of keystroke and it happened to something I master very very well speaking Spanish. So so how the window works, how the window works, because I can do this and the menu adapt itself, right? So how we build this, right? So how we do this, right? So how we open the window. So this is a CalStar window. So you need to master a little bit the CalStar window, but it's very simple, right? So, I mean, it's very simple. In this example, it's a little bit more complicated because it depends of many things. Because I want the thing to be cool, but let's make it simple. Okay. First, we create a new let's close this. Let's do a new try button. Simple. Okay, so it's a single script because I can do that with a single script. New window. So new window, it's a card style, right? And we dim the parents, right? And we go to the layout, Hamburger Menu, right? So if I do this, here what happened. This happened. So it opens the window, showing the layout, and automatically it puts the window of the size of this. It sizes it like this. Like this. It sizes 341, 226. And in the menu, in the script step, it tells you that by default is going to open 226, 341. It tells you on the background, this is a minimal, this is the height and the width of the layout. But you can see now we have to fix some problems because we have, first of all, is not showing, we want the burger to be on the top left, right? So that's easy to do, right? We go there and we can, even on CarStar window, we can, put the position of what we want. So we put 0 on top and 0 on left. So what we get there doing this is this. Boom. So now it's cool. We have something approaching. But now I want to make it sure that it takes the height of the window. The width, I don't touch. I don't want to expand the width. But I want to expand that. So I said, get window content height. I want the window content. I don't want the window because I don't want to count the bar on the top, right? So I want the content. The content will start from here to here. So that is okay. Let me show. That is the window content. This. The window 8 would have been from here to the bottom, but we don't want that. We want the window content 8. So automatically, even if my content height change, I click here and now it will expand to the bottom. And even if I modify the window, boom, right? And now I have the scrolling because this object, it expands. So here, this object, so this object here expands with this. See, if I don't expand this object, this is what I get. It doesn't expand. If I expand it with the anchor, now it will expand, boom. So this will expand with the content of the window. And because the window change with the content of the main window. So when you click here, it creates a new window taking the current window content of height of that window. So it will take whatever the height of that window and it will create a new window with that height. That's it, right? So that's straightforward. So this is what we do, to open a window. This is a pure cast style window, but it's cool to use that because, and to use the get window 8. So we don't care about the window 8 automatically adapts thanks to the objects here. That's why I put this object small enough. I don't want to, I don't know, I just need, three rows. That's okay. I don't need more because it expands with the window, right? So I don't care. I don't need to have more than this. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to explore how we expand that window, how we do this without closing and opening, right? Without closing and opening. We're going to see that how we do that. See, I have a bug here. It's just a, what's the name? It's just a sorting option, sorting problem here. I'm going to fix that for tomorrow. But so you understand what I mean here when we open and close the window here. We like this. So it's tricky under Castar window to modify to modify. It's not tricky. It's just you need to know what you do. What you put in the parameters. No. Okay. So that's a good question. So do the window positioning calculation needs to change if the main window is on the secondary monitor? I've run into issue in this case. Yeah. Okay. No, you don't, because you will open the new card style in the active window. You had a problem because you had an active window in your script that was going to the other screen. So that when you say new window card style, it will open the window, it will open the card in the active window. So if your active window is on the other screen, it will go over there. But here it's impossible because you click on the button on the window. So it's impossible to be, what I mean? It's impossible. You understand? It's so you don't need to change. It's it will be on that window by default because you clicking, you active this window for sure, and then you have new window. So it will always be on that window. You had an issue when you had a script that do things, and then you open a CarStar window, but you have many window open, and it goes to the active window is another window, or because you close one and you open one, something like this, right? Yes. So this coordinate here, that's the question. So Stu said, got it. Card coordinates are based on the active window, but card coordinate or window coordinate, because this is nothing more than a window, right? So what I'm saying is valid for all window types. Okay. So the get window content, this here, will comes from the active window. So whatever the active window is, it will open the card into that window with the 8 of that window. So it's sure. The double meat burger, yeah. So we're going to see that tomorrow. So the question from David and Joe. Okay, so the double meat burger, the burger, it's based on 2 layouts. Yes, we have 2 layouts. We have a single and a double. Single, double. It's like an in and out. You have double, and single. So you have double meat and 1 meat. So it's that's why we have 2. I have 2 here, the A and the B. That the menu, that the items. So in the items, you have you have this double thing here. So it's the same of this. So this one and this one are identical pretty much, right? And this one, see this one here? So this one shows a little bit more things, right? So we have the second item, and I can close it and open it as I want. I click, 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 open, close, right? So this one is slightly bigger than the other one because I want the carrots. I want this here to show that this belongs to this. And I'm going to show you that how we do that. I show that many times how we do this, but I'm going to show that tomorrow. But the question, I build my menu in button bars. Yes, Ruben, I'm sorry for you, because my client works through WebDirect, but this worked on WebDirect very well. What is carry set? Yes, no. Okay, that's a feature. The carry sets. What the carry sets? Okay, that's a feature invented by the customer, by the way, and I like it. It did. Let's say you have a font set on parcel, right? You have a font set on parcel, but parcel you selected are linked to companies, contacts, sites, right? So when you select yes here, right? Each time you do a font set, you look for something on the parcel. Clicking here on company, it shows you only the company of the font set of parcel, and show you only the contact of the parcel you font set of parcel, and only the site, So you carry the font set. It's cool. It's a good way. Okay, the way it is implemented right now is a little bit crazy. We invented with the customer a new way, but it's not quite done, so I cannot show. But it's a cool feature, and that you go and you carry the thing here. So here I go to company, perform the script here. So, but I don't have the carry set is not yet implemented everywhere. So, question more? No. So if we don't have anything on Twitch, YouTube, I don't know why FM can't render that with WebDirect. Yeah, Castra window are available on WebDirect for now for some time, so it won't be a problem. Castra window works on WebDirect very well, actually very well, and that burger on WebDirect works well.
I think we're good. Yep. No, we just have comments otherwise. So thank you very much, Nick. Great.
Okay, thank you, and talk to you tomorrow.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!